Good evening, and welcome to another global news update. Tensions in the Middle East remain extremely high as the fragile ceasefire between the United States and Iran enters another critical phase. While both sides have signaled a willingness to continue diplomatic discussions, military analysts and international observers warn that the situation remains unpredictable and could change rapidly if either side believes the agreement has been violated. Over the past several days, the world has watched closely as both countries exchange strong political statements following recent military confrontations. Although active large-scale attacks have slowed, governments across the region continue maintaining high military readiness while monitoring every new development. The ceasefire has provided temporary relief to global financial markets, but uncertainty remains. Investors continue watching the region carefully because any renewed escalation could immediately affect international oil supplies, global shipping routes, and energy prices. Analysts say that stability in the Middle East remains one of the most important factors influencing the global economy. One of the biggest concerns continues to be the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's busiest energy shipping routes. A significant percentage of global oil exports passes through this narrow waterway every day. Any disruption in this area could quickly increase fuel prices around the world and create economic pressure for businesses and consumers alike. Diplomatic efforts are continuing behind the scenes as international partners encourage both Washington and Tehran to maintain communication and avoid actions that could trigger another military confrontation. Several governments have emphasized that dialogue remains the best path toward reducing regional instability. Meanwhile, energy markets continue reacting to every headline coming from the region. Oil prices have experienced noticeable movements as traders evaluate whether the ceasefire will remain stable or whether fresh tensions could once again threaten global energy supplies. Financial experts say uncertainty itself is enough to keep markets cautious until stronger signs of lasting stability emerge. For millions of people living across the Middle East, the hope remains simple: that diplomacy succeeds where conflict has failed. Families, businesses, and local communities continue watching developments carefully, hoping that recent violence will not return. As international attention remains focused on the region, military experts believe the coming days will be crucial in determining whether the ceasefire can survive. Even a single misunderstanding, unexpected incident, or political decision could increase tensions once again. That is why diplomatic communication continues around the clock between regional partners and global powers. Security analysts explain that rebuilding trust after a period of military confrontation is never easy. Both sides remain cautious, and every public statement is being carefully analyzed by governments, intelligence agencies, and financial markets. While the current situation appears calmer than it was just days ago, experts continue warning that lasting peace requires patience, consistent diplomacy, and mutual restraint. The impact of this situation extends far beyond the Middle East. Countries across Europe, Asia, and North America are closely monitoring developments because energy prices, inflation, international trade, and global financial markets are all connected to stability in the region. Airlines, shipping companies, and multinational businesses are also reviewing contingency plans should security conditions change unexpectedly. International organizations continue encouraging peaceful dialogue while emphasizing the importance of respecting international law and protecting civilian lives. Humanitarian groups are also calling for continued efforts to reduce tensions and prevent further suffering for people living in areas affected by previous military operations. Financial experts believe that markets will likely remain sensitive over the next several weeks. Investors are expected to react quickly to any official announcements, military activity, or diplomatic breakthroughs. Positive negotiations could strengthen market confidence, while renewed hostilities could trigger immediate volatility across oil, currency, and stock markets worldwide. For ordinary citizens, the greatest hope remains a future built on stability rather than conflict. Families across the region want security, economic opportunity, and a chance to rebuild without the constant fear of escalating violence. Business owners, workers, students, and local communities all stand to benefit if diplomacy continues moving in a positive direction. Although today's situation appears more stable than recent weeks, the future remains uncertain. Governments around the world continue watching events closely, preparing for multiple possible outcomes, while encouraging all parties to avoid actions that could reverse the progress already achieved. This story is still developing, and new updates could emerge at any moment. As always, we will continue monitoring the latest international developments and bring you accurate, timely, and easy-to-understand global news coverage. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy reliable world news and in-depth international analysis, be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and stay with us for the latest breaking news from around the world. We'll see you in the next report.